Hello, and welcome to The Panelists, a show that asks, can people taste my saliva? I'm your host, Molly, and joining me are 4 future ghosts. On my port side, we have Jacob and Cameron. What is your team name?
We've decided to go with Team Kaitif.
Is that a vampire thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I should have figured. And on my starboard side, we have Corey and Kathleen. What is your team name?
Team Returning Champions?
Yeah, we're proven winners. Not a taste of hubris among us.
That's some good foreshadowing for this show, I think. And in further good news, you're invited to a party tonight. The bad news is it is your office Halloween party, and you forgot to buy a costume. You don't have time to go shopping, but on your way to the office, you notice your neighbor left a whole pile of stuff on the curb with a free sign in front of it, which means it's not littering. Out of what are you going to fashion a costume, secretly, in the office supply closet right before the party, so that you might impress your boss and colleagues and win a $20 iTunes gift card? A deflated kiddie pool, several untouched rolls of baby shower-themed gift wrap, or a freezer bag's worth of assorted merkins.
What's a merkin?
It's a pubic wig.
Cool.
Team Returning Champions.
Merkins?
Merkins!
Budget tribbles.
Yes, maybe just my hands are tribbles, depending on how big the merkins are.
Maybe just a little shoulder tribble.
What about just an impressive chest of hair? We're going to be furry and hopefully not infested with the lice of others.
Would it be light? I think it'd be crabs.
Why not both?
Look, tribbles come with troubles.
A merkin's a personal purchase. This could be just like, I can't re-gift this. Out to the curb it goes. Somebody will have a use for it. And that someone is us.
Team Kaitif.
We could go as that one screenshot of Geralt from The Witcher. We could go as the ball pit, maybe. Like, we don't get the balls, but we are the ball pit from DashCon.
You don't want to go as the ball pit because people pee in the ball pit.
Don't tell me what I can and can't do.
That's high talk from someone who took a bag of random merkins off the street.
But we're not actually being an empty ball pit. Or are you afraid that people are going to assume we are peed upon?
I'm saying that people will pee upon you because that is what one does.
First of all, I'm not going to any Halloween party that invites children because, for Christ's sake, honestly. 2, we're picking up random shit on the side of the street. I think we need to take it as given that it's been peed on, probably completely saturated with urine. That's just sensible.
You're going to have, if you're going to commit to just picking up random stuff in order to try to impress your boss, because by God do I want that $20 iTunes gift card to feel validated. Don't judge me. It's been a rough time. You're just going to have to accept that it's going to be bad no matter what. In fact, you should probably assume it's going to be worst case scenario, much like you were talking about lice and crabs. Your best bet is going to be that they wipe each other out in a gross pubic holocaust.
Yeah, do we even know that these are actually merkins and not just flat rats at this point?
We have access to the office supply closet. So we get some cardboard, we get some highlighters, we put those merkins on our head. We are beloved pop cultural figure Bob Ross.
What if we just doused them in chemicals before applying them to the head?
There's probably so much Lysol in the back of the office closet, and then the fumes will help people, appreciate the richness. Because it's like, yes, you can smell his paints here, right?
Paint thinner. Ooh.
Yeah.
Award-winning.
Smell is not often accounted for in costumery.
No.
I think we could forge bold new ground here. Also, it may cover the merkin smell.
I hate the phrase, the merkin smell.
It sounds like a weird German word. Yeah? Do you want a merkin smell?
Ja, die
no, I
Merkin
don't.
smell.
Whatever that is. I'm going to go make you some merkin smell.
Little
Ich
fish.
bin die
Yeah.
merkin smell.
It's just little fish. It's just a pile of little fish. Yeah, we eat some raw. It's nice.
Jacob, you have not touched a merkin smell.
Do you not like it? I'm fine. I'm full up. I had my Merkenschmill to go in a cup. I had my Merkenschmill in a cup. I'm good. We're fine. That's whoo. Anyway, we go as the blob. And we put this thing over us. All right? With perhaps a blanket or an old tablecloth or something like that.
Right.
Skittle around the whole thing. When somebody's like, "Oh, what the hell are you doing, Cameron?" You'd be like, "I'm the blob." And then we just go around and ooze over everybody's desks and just start fucking pocketing shit from all over.
Yeah, like a box of thumbtacks.
There you go.
Some highlighters.
Yep.
Yeah.
That fifth of Jameson, the boss definitely keeps in his desk.
Yeah, although now it's more like an eighth.
Yep.
And the like packets of little folder labels, printer paper,
Yep. Werther's Originals. Absolutely. Yep.
maybe a Cliff Bar.
People's family photos, because that's the one thing they can never replace.
Yeah, I mean, you just glide over their desk and you leave the pictures, but take the frame.
Perfect.
This has gone from a Halloween party to just a very low-stakes heist.
An award-winning low-stakes heist.
I don't think Bob Ross is going to be enough to take the coveted $20 iTunes gift card from these two very creative people. I think we need to go bigger with our merkins.
Bigger merkins.
Or maybe we stitch them together into some sort of omnimerkin.
Just a fursuit.
You can look like a mangy Wookiee.
Mangy Wookiee!
Yeah.
People love Chewbacca.
Well, people do love Chewbacca. And, like, we could do the bandolier out of Post-it notes. Probably.
What if we just got the whole office involved? We're just like, we need help with our costume. We didn't have a lot of time or money. And that way we also acquire the office supplies as we leave the building later.
So you're going to have people play Pin the Merkin on the Cory.
What takes a costume up to the next level is interactivity. So this has everything. This has the possibility of inflicting pain on some people. I'm sure there's lots of people who wouldn't mind giving me a sharp jab with a pin every now and then. I'm willing to take that for half of an iTunes gift card.
I saw a clown act where people stapled money to the clown. And we could just do that. Like, why staple a merc and be like, haha, I'll let you guys staple $20 to me. Then we just walk away with the cash.
What?
It was at a haunted cruise ship.
That wasn't a clown.
That didn't explain it.
That doesn't explain.
Yeah.
Go with me on this. If they don't staple $20 to us, we threaten them with one of the merkins.
Just give them the merkin.
Yeah, open up this bag of assorted pubic fur and see what comes out.
Yeah, Pandora's box.
Merker treat.
Give us $20, Jacob.
Or I'll make you put your hand in the bag.
How?
Okay, you can put yourself in the bag, or I can put the bag on you.
Yeah.
This is just workplace assault at this point. You're assuming a lot of buy-in from your coworkers, and I really don't think Brenda's gonna get that tanked on free rum. I mean, honestly, I feel our costume is really displaying the proper level of contempt for this party.
We are taking Halloween back to its roots. Its terrifying roots.
Well, I suppose if you are wearing a merkin, then roots are basically all you do have.
When people say, what is your costume? They can say, the blob. When people ask, what is your costume? What do you say?
Meghan Merkin.
Angela Merkin?
Who's gonna argue? We got the bag.
Yeah,
We make the rules.
Yeah, Angela Merkel is known for being a strong and fearsome leader who can really like bend, a German coalition to her will. And I think a bag of merkins, expresses that in a more tangible pubic sense.
The hard fist of play the game my way or I will rub you with this merkin I found on the street.
I don't want to win this game anymore.
And just give us $20.
I'm just safe here under my deflated ball pit, my prophylactic ball pit that I found on the ground.
Yep. We're just gonna stay here, much like the blob, and possibly just ooze our way out from Angela Merkin or Chewbacca with the phage or any of the other.
See, I feel if we're deft enough, we can actually just flip the ball pit over the bag of merkins, tie it off, and throw it in the garbage where it should have gone in the first place.
No, the only place for that fucking bag of horror is in a goddamn, drum barrel filled with fire straight from hell.
Yeah, I mean, we could also do that, and then I feel that we would win the gift certificate just out of pure gratitude, and then we can buy the new Billie Eilish album.
We can. I wish I knew who that was.
Oh, she's great.
Oh, fantastic.
After we intimidate people into giving us a $20 iTunes gift card, what album are you going to buy?
The true power move is just taking it and throwing it in the garbage and then pirating $20 worth of music.
Hair. I would buy Hair.
Oh.
The soundtrack to Hair.
The soundtrack to Hair.
And then just blast it on a speaker at your cubicle to remind everybody.
Of what happened.
And y'all gonna decorate your cubicle with your costume detritus after this party, surely.
Like bunting where they have and Pinterest with the little beautiful colorful
Yeah.
triangles. They're going to be triangle shaped anyhow. So merkin bunting hanging across the entrance to my cubicle as a warning to others.
There's some very low-hanging fruit that rhymes that I'm not going to say because this is a family show. So the good news is I've learned restraint. And in further good news, good news! Thanks to late-stage capitalism, nobody has to die anymore, even when they're dead. That is, no celebrity has to die, because all sorts of technology has come forth to resurrect dead entertainers, allowing their estate to find creative new ways to squeeze cash out of their adoring public for generations to come. The bad news is you are about to shuffle off this mortal coil. But the good news is you are famous and beloved, and because of supply-side economics, you are more in demand than ever before. So how do you choose to haunt this mortal plane and put your great-grandkids through college? Either touring the country as a stage hologram, as did Tupac and Whitney Houston, reprising an iconic on-screen role as a CG reconstruction, as did Peter Cushing and Carrie Fisher in the new Star Wars, or delivering a speech to tourists as an audio animatronic figure, as in the Hall of Presidents.
The Hall of Presidents could be a lot of fun.
Well, I'm considering horror movie potential, because if we're about to shuffle off this moral coil, I'm thinking that they just stuff our actual bodies with the animatronic stuff, pump us full of formaldehyde, and then it's like Child's Play, but way fucking worse.
Yeah, no, I'm into this. Yeah, I just want to.
thought
I
you
want to
might
be upholstery for an animatronic, right? And they don't even like. They would just Sharpie on the line for your jaw to suggest that it's not a person
Yes.
or was a person.
Yep. Okay. So, fleshy undead android murder bot for us.
Team Mangy Wookie.
I think we should go with the one where we get more Oscars.
Yeah. 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 Well, I mean, like, I don't think anything I will have done in this life will make me eligible for an Oscar, but who's to say I have to stay within my own franchise wheelhouse once I'm dead? I could start going into Oscar bait films as, you know, a tragic figure. I'm already dead. That's already tragic. I have a leg up on my living competition.
What if you become a Fortnite skin?
Then at least I will have been more popular than I was in life. So, like, you know, it's still all up and up.
You get to do the Carlton and so on.
This sounds like heaven. Like, I'm getting new skills that I didn't have before.
And speaking of skins, you are the skins on a robot. How's that going for you?
An important question to frame this. What tour are we giving?
I mean,
Where do we end up?
I would like to be the band leader in a child-themed pizzeria
Yes.
animatronic band.
Perfect. Oh God, the creepiest thing is the conductor. Yes, we don't step to turn around, just turn around, bow to the audience, turn back, and then beep, 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 dee, 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 dee. It's all Calliopes. Dee, 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 dee. Yes, it's just Calliopes, like 8 of them.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I feel that our Calliope was programmed by a malevolent toy maker.
Okay.
And that when it plays a certain melody, that's when we cause mayhem.
Come alive. Okay. Do we, like, are we going after, like, let's say we see shitty parents. Like, do they
Okay,
suddenly
yeah.
end up dead? Or
Yeah, like the horror
is it-
movie trope of us actually enacting justice.
Or if I may take this a step further, are we, if we were programmed by like a freaking psycho, are we attempting to make serial killers by then?
Oh,
Yes.
that's
See?
very Twin Peaks.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Are the toy maker is the wizard and we are the familiar.
There you go.
You're taking vengeance on negligent parents at a Chuck E. Cheese.
To then create the next generation of serial killers. As the children grow up traumatically, this is a comedy show. We shouldn't be on the same team.
No, this is going exactly according to plan. Team Mangy Wookie. What's your counterpoint?
We're still alive, right? Like, while we're signing the paperwork, right?
As they have laid out their legacy, so too can you lay out your legacy.
Okay, can my legacy be in every, like, violent movie? Can I just be, like, the person who just gets blown up, immolated, like, sliced and diced? Because then, you know, nobody living has to go through the trauma of, like, you know, even pretending to be brutally murdered. Because presumably with all this new generation of serial killers, there's a lot of people being brutally murdered anyhow. So I can just consent to that. I can give the kids what they want, which will be, like, violent head explosions, and I won't care. I'll be dead.
Just some hyper-violence, some real horror show nonsense.
I want to be on screen for 3 seconds turning into a red mist.
You'll be the Wilhelm scream of body horror.
Exactly. Everybody be like, oh, that's Kathleen and Corey. I'd recognize that spleen anywhere as it goes flying off to the right.
Yes.
That good old Kath spleen.
Yes, please. Sorry.
This is a comedy show.
With the rise of miniseries, dramas, prestige that we're getting now with like Chernobyl, The Terror, etc., there aren't any set in Canada dealing with Canadian disasters like the Halifax explosion.
Yes. Oh, we could have multiple parts in that because a lot of people died.
It would be multiple parts as you exploded. Right? This is a comedy show.
That's going to be the title of this episode, Matt.
We're going to get CBC on the phone on our deathbed and say, hey, who's ever in charge of the CBC? That's the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation for Non-Canadians. Do I have an idea for you? I'm about to die, but you can use me in so many ways.
I will you my likeness.
Charitable work.
Yes! I mean, they've given up the educational seat. So we could just take that over, pivot over into like infomercials or behind the scenes at work, teach people how to do their jobs.
Oh, absolutely. That's probably actually much more lucrative for our future ancestors as well. You know, rather than one prestige project a year, it's like, yeah, maybe I'm also seen, turning into a red mist, but most of the time I'm just teaching you not to put your hand near a cement mixer.
I'm Astro, a robot.
Yeah.
I can't put my arm back on.
I'm Kathleen, a CGI recreation of a being that once was. And while I can be turned into a series of chunks, you can't. Well, you can, but only once.
Don't die on the job like I did.
The hinterland who's who of industrial accidents.
Con.
You might be able to star in the fictionalization of our actual reign of terror.
We can join your country band.
I mean, if you can play Calliope, because as we've established, it's all Calliopes.
They practically play themselves.
Because they're all haunted.
You are an actual skin over an animatronic thing, right?
Yeah, filled with formaldehyde and hate.
But those things don't last forever. So what happens when you start to, crumble?
Look, if you put enough freaking skee-ball machines and arcade games in a place, children will show up no matter how fucking horrifying it is.
Will your band do the thing where you can insert a child's name if it is their birthday?
But we'll only say it backwards.
Yeah, or horribly distorted in some way.
Join our murder cult, Cameron.
We'll play like vaguely off-brand versions of pop songs from 4 years ago.
On Calliope.
Like instead of bye, 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 hello, 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 we're in your closet.
Only songs about surveillance, like I'll be watching you.
Yes, it's the only things we can play. We have the options for anything you want, but that's all that comes out. What's the name of our creepy restaurant? I mean, our very exuberant, happy restaurant.
Cameron and Jacob's Jug Band Jamboree.
Holy shit. You're hired. That's amazing because there is no jug in the band at all.
Nope.
People are going to be like immediately disappointed. And then their pizza is going to arrive. It's going to be great because the kids who survive experiencing us are going to somehow wind up with fond memories that are more related to our advertisements than the actual experience. And so the simulacrum just goes one layer deeper. And then when they turn 30 or 35, they're going to find one of our franchises and go back to it because they remember it being awesome and they show up. And it just sucks. It just sucks. It sucks out loud. But hey, I guess we can go someplace good after this and get tanked.
And then you follow them as they leave the restaurant. You go to their home.
They look in the rearview mirror and we're there, and they look around and we're not.
We're gone.
Yeah.
Yep. And but all I can hear is like just faintly on the wind.
So I think what we have concluded is no one is safe from us even after we are dead. I would like to confer some prizes. Team Kaitif for references I didn't understand and creating a murder cult out of children.
It's my favorite media property. 2 unrelated media properties on a garment.
And Team Mangy Wookie for posthumously going for that Oscar. Here are your prizes.
Aw, thanks for noticing.
It's true. I did. Multiple times to great critical acclaim.
We're all winners. Everybody. We're all Princess Wave. I would like to thank Corey and Kathleen and Cameron and Jacob for talking. I would like to thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. This has been The Panelists. Proud to be in a merkin.
Yeah. And I hope I don't have to pee. And I won't forget the rats who died, who gave my pubes to me.
And leave them in a bag on the curb.
And to fan them so they can stay.
'Cause there ain't no doubt my crotch is cold.
God bless the murky A.
Eagles, fireworks. Go, go, go.
But just from your crotch.
What is a merkin if not a firework made out of hair?